A teenage ghost hunter approaches Freddy Fazbear's Pizza under the dark of night. As they head for the entrance, they glance around nervously. Silence. They know they aren't supposed to be here. Against all better judgment, they open the door, lift the rusty security grate, and enter the now empty Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. There have been a number of suspicious disappearances involving the night shift security guards, and whispers have spread of the robots moving off the dusty stage and around the restaurant's dark halls at night. They approach one of the decorated birthday tables and take inventory of their gear. Armed with a flashlight, their father's camcorder, and a brand new ghost detector, the teen entered the restaurant that night hell-bent on solving the dark mysteries of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Sadly, he would never leave. In the first FNAF Plus tape, Connection Error, we see the same iconic FNAF 1 dining room that the ghost hunter set up on, but this time we're viewing it from the perspective of a security camera. This is analogous to FNAF 1's dining room camera, and it was our first taste of the upcoming FNAF remake, FNAF Plus. Bonnie appears in the frame and does spooky bunny things before he kinda just rolls up on the camera and destroys it, which is probably not Bonnie's intended behavior. So this kid is onto something. The robots are definitely moving at night. The video cuts to security camera footage of Bonnie, Chica, and Freddy. This pays homage to the first FNAF game, where all three animatronics start on the stage in a very similar position to this. However, unlike the first game, we see Bonnie's head slowly turning towards the camera, as if he knows someone is there. The ghost hunter approaches the main stage and walks up to Bonnie. He's just kinda chillin', so they move on to Freddy, who glares menacingly down at him, but remains unmoving. Well, I guess his eyes are closed, so he's not really glaring, but you know. They glance back at Chica and Bonnie before approaching the former and pulling out the ghost detector, which in all likelihood is just a radio. After scanning for a bit without getting any response from Chica, they go to shut the radio when... Wait a minute, did Chica just move? The next shot has an insane code that you can see swirling across the screen, and I'm not solving that, so shoutouts to Reddit user Skrunklemadunk for figuring out that it creates the following image made up from text that's apparently from Edgar Allan Poe's The Mask of the Red Death. There have been a lot of interpretations of the image. Some claim it resembles the FNAF 1 office, others claim it's the puppet rising up from the box, and some believe it's the FNAF 4 bedroom, with the text forming the words "wake up" at the bottom. All of these are plausible theories, but I've found the true meaning in the message. If you zoom out a bit and cross your eyes just right, you'll see that it actually says, "Like this video right now and subscribe to Theft King." In all seriousness, the Edgar Allan Poe passage references the moment when the clock strikes midnight and the Red Death enters the party and ultimately kills Prince Prospero. Between this and the wake up message, I suspect that it's just trying to tell us that the animatronics wake up at midnight, that the souls trapped within only become active between the hours of 12 and 6 a.m. Next, our protagonist heads to Pirate's Cove, the home of Foxy. While Freddy, Bonnie, and Chica perform regularly for the patrons of the pizzeria, Foxy doesn't. He's been out of commission for a while and nobody really knows why. However, in the same episode, we get reversed audio that plays the following message, well, once you rearrange it correctly.
Notice this gap. All scheduled character shows and events are to be put on hold indefinitely due to the events that have transpired this evening. Listen eliminate and all interactions between patrons and the main cast to only reliable and well-tested performance routines. And for your own safety, always keep in mind the following guidelines regarding staff interactions with the animatronic cast. Don't stand in front of or directly behind cast. Don't make direct eye contact with cast. Don't stand on elevated platforms used by cast. Don't make any movement while in view of cast. Don't allow any foreign body watching your cast. Don't touch, move, push, pull, manipulate, or tamper with cast in any way. Just have you clean or inspect any unusual material that's on cast. As we cannot afford to decommission any more characters this current time, it's in the best interest of everyone working at this establishment to follow these guidelines. Lastly, if there's any questions or issues regarding this notice, make sure to get in contact with our intern to resolve them. Thank you. Management.
Something happened involving Foxy, and it scared the crap out of the staff and management at Freddy's. They've essentially instructed everyone to stay the hell away from him. They know he's incredibly dangerous. Still holding the camcorder, they approach the curtain, spotting Pirate's Cove's out of order sign. Ignoring it, they progress forward, but they hesitate. After a moment, they collect themselves and spread open the curtains. Darkness. Too afraid to move any closer, they activate the zoom on their camcorder to try and get a better look, when suddenly... We cut to another security camera, but the timecode in the corner is totally glitched out. Something passes by the camera incredibly quickly, causing the poster to glitch out and distort, though we don't get a good glimpse of what it was. When this happens, the timecode further glitches and starts to reveal a message. It appears to be a character delimited file specifying all the functions the animatronics are capable of, as well as their current status. Routines like wake up, look around, audience greetings, small talk, they're all available and they pass their test, but many are not. After the results set, we see the following note, presumably from someone at Fazbear Entertainment. Notes, ignore if possible, address before end of year. If issues persist, factor backup holiday outfits into budget. This suggests that the restaurant was hoping to ignore the problems with the animatronic safety protocols and the birthday jingle, but if issues persisted, they need to shell out some money to buy holiday costumes that the staff could wear to cover for those routines. Finally, the teenager goes to explore the security office. As they creep down the halls, they capture the posters and children's drawings that adorn them. They notice a security camera, which we then cut to the perspective of. We get another secret code, which reads, "I used to, but not anymore. Do you know when she'll take you back here again? Do you really want to go home? But they aren't moving. Sometimes I wake up during the night and watch them run around. I don't. What about you? The party is over. Mommy is going home. Don't worry, I'm from here. You won't get into any trouble. We can play games together, like hide and seek. Wow, do you like stay over all the time? Not right now, they will move later. But do you want to watch them sing one more time? What should I do? That sounds fun. It is fun, but I need your help for this. I want to see that. I need to find her. Follow me." As the camera pans, we see a dark animatronic figure lurking in the shadows. If this is indeed real-time footage, then something is following our young ghost hunter. Just before the scene cuts, we see this in the top left corner of the screen. Your guess is as good as mine. Inside the FNAF 1 security office, we can see a lot of the classic FNAF 1 elements. The door switches, the desk, the poster, the shelves full of memorabilia. It's all very nostalgic. Our protagonist pulls out their ghost detector and begins to scan, and at first they don't seem to be getting a reading when suddenly... The ghost hunter flees down the hall, through the dining room, and into a small doorway. After they're certain that Freddy isn't following them anymore, they turn to find themselves in the parts and service room. Unused endoskeleton heads, eyeballs, and even a full character body lie scattered throughout the room. They approach the beat-up Freddy costume when... Suddenly, every single head in the parts and service room is staring directly at them. They start to panic, turn, and see the door slowly open. Foxy is standing there, doing a spooky. They slam the door shut as Foxy bangs on it. The radio continues to blare. The tape cuts to security camera shots throughout the pizzeria. Finally, Foxy overpowers the protagonist, and the force of the door opening throws them across the room. They turn back to the doorway, but Foxy is gone. Instead, they come face to face with the puppet. Sometime later, the teenager wakes up, but something is wrong. It's like they're seeing through a mask rather than their own eyes. Freddy's iconic chuckle rings out, and the curtain is pulled open. Freddy chuckles again, and as they step off the stage, it finally dawns on them that they've somehow been trapped within the confines of Foxy's suit. They begin to flee through the pizzeria as their mind flashes through what happened. Right, they were in the security office, then Freddy attacked and chased them into the parts and service room where... And the episode ends with Foxy reaching the door but seemingly unable to leave. It's as if there's some sort of supernatural force that's keeping him there, and he looks almost longingly at the outside world. The teenage ghost hunter's soul is trapped, transposed from their own body into that of Foxy the pirate. That especially sucks because Foxy's the one animatronic that doesn't get to do anything. They just keep him hidden behind the curtain all the time. Like, the others at least get to interact with patrons during the day, but not Foxy. If I had to be stuffed inside any of the animatronics and possessing them, Foxy's the last one I'd want just because he doesn't get to do shit. Local pizzeria at the center of controversy yet again. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza is back in the public eye this year, but not for the reasons they had hoped, as the small business was dragged into a torrent of anger and suspicion due to alleged ties to the disappearance of a local high school student on October 9th. The young teen, known to friends as a hobbyist filmmaker and described by some as a quiet but well-mannered soul, was reported missing the morning after leaving home to meet up with someone for a new project that, according to family, involved the restaurant's infamous ring of incidents and general dark reputation. Jeez, put some periods in this. You trying to kill me? When pressed for comment, an intern at the establishment stated, "We really had nothing to do with it. Our surveillance cameras showed no one entering or leaving the restaurant during that night." An answer that did nothing but grow more suspicion, as access to the aforementioned footage was immediately denied to the public. Town residents were further outraged the following week as they found multiple job flyers for the restaurant being left on their doorsteps.